very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a real sincere pleasure to be here with, as I call you, colleagues. Whether you're a mayor, whether you're a council person, you sit and you, before your public, and you serve your public during that time of elected office. I've been the mayor of Hudson now for 6 years. This is actually my 26th year of elected office, 12 years on the school board, 6 years on council, 6 years as mayor. The most active of those years have been the last 4 as the chairman of the Northeast Ohio Mayors and City Managers Association. The association, as many of you know from last year's presentation, endeavored into an active role in studying the concept of regionalism and what role we could play as a region, because we know the studies have shown that in Northeastern Ohio, we have been, and unfortunately we continue to be, significantly fractured and polarized. And that works against us. I know we're all friends, and I know we lend from one community to the next.
This is what we need.
Okay.
You can stand here.
All right,
Thank you.
All right. We help with mutual aid and work with communities, but we also compete with one another. And that really wasn't the purpose that our founding fathers had for our domestic government, was to compete with one another. So we have to find ways around that, and that stimulated the Mayors and City Managers Association, that in 2006 we endeavored into a study forum, the Regional Prosperity, Regional Economic Revenue Study. And as those of you who were here last year, or not at this location, but at the annual meeting, we presented, Carrie and I presented, along with Mayor Akers, the results of that study. And through your wisdom, you took a vote that night to endorse and accept the information that we had provided. It took us about 1.5 years to develop, and we spent and raised about $165,000 and took that out and printed it up and did a website, and you endorsed it and joined with us to take our place in making sure that we take our region to a new level, to regain the status that we should have and we've always really had in my heart. And that's the heart of the quality of life belt, but that requires a vibrant, appropriate economy. So tonight, what we want to do is to share with you the next phase that we went into, and that is the Regional Prosperity Initiative. Of course, here's the revenue study, and we've transitioned into the Regional Prosperity Initiative. This is not another study. This is an action item for all of us. But what have we done? What is it all about that we're looking at here? Well, we're trying to build a framework for cooperation, collaboration, land use, and infrastructure planning. Now, I want to remind you, I want to make sure you understand this as you did last year. This is a collaboration and a cooperation. This is not a merger. This is not a usurping of any authority of any community. This is providing the database so we all can make better decisions, more efficient decisions on our land use, infrastructure, revitalizing infrastructure we already have in place, being more effective, and reducing the costs of that, and taking some of the politics out of it, which is so important. And as a region, we have much to offer. Of our $170 billion economy, we're larger than most of the countries in the world. And I mean most of the countries in the world. We have a vibrancy that we could re-grasp and provide jobs at all levels. And we have to play our part in the governance of that. And part of it is being more effective, reducing our costs, serving our citizens better, and working together. We're also developing, if we're going to plan together and work together, we all have to share in the benefits thereof. And developing a new growth, tax-based revenue sharing plan. That's the glue that holds us together in the collaborative effort. We also are in the process of identifying state enabling legislation to allow us between counties, we know what JEDs are, We know 2 communities can work together in a JED and share a tax base. We know that 3 or more communities can gather together, and they're usually contiguous in a JEDC. But what about cross-county? What about cross-counties? What about within the region itself? We also have gained over this past year much feedback and input on our engagement, and we'll show you some of the numbers here, and I think you're going to be very pleased. We've communicated, we have a website, we've encouraged everyone. The website is right down here, www.neo-rpi.org. If you're not already registered on it, please do so. You can register for updates, they'll come to you automatically. Not consistently every day, so you gotta, unspam it or anything like that, but automatically when we do have an advancement, all right? We know you don't want to see all those. I get enough of those too. And we've also been in the process of raising funds. So far, we have raised about $750,000. Much of that is in matching, so we have to raise the other funds in order to get at least 2/3 of that. And our budget to take this to full fruition is estimated about $1.4 million. In this type of an economy, or in any type of economy, that's not easy to do, but we've got a big leap on it because it's not just council people, mayors, city managers, township trustees, it's the business leaders that are saying, please do this. That's what we do when we find that we have to make changes, is we merge, we collaborate, we do those things. Help us to be better here so we can create jobs.